I'm Alex, and I hope you're all doing well today. I'm very happy to welcome you to this new Little Bear Slots video. Today we will be testing the legendary Lamborghini Miura in its 1/32 scale rendition from AUTOart. So, we are talking about the AUTOart slot car model that was released in the early 2000s. We have two of those Miuras in the collection, one below in its out-of-the-box original form and the another one on top, which has been modified and set up for correct handling and which you will see around the track later in this video. And yes, indeed, it has been kind of a do-over as the original model has skinny wheels, miles of axle play, and a goofy guide design. As a matter of fact, Little Bear made changes both to improve the handling and the look of the car. First of all, as it makes little sense running at 200 miles per hour in our basement without a driver, we opened the interior to install one. Let's make it clear, we do have those Fly Girls already available. But as you know, they have been preempted for the Open Top Viper project. So we have no other alternative than selecting a guy, and we would appreciate if you can help us make the best decision. Oh, another point. Little Bear wants someone capable of running around the track, not crashing this very expensive car, and who has kind of a 70s feel. As we are talking about this car value, we made a quick look around on the web. Yes, indeed, how expensive this model is today. We found one on the Electric Dreams site, close to $200. This makes our Miuras one of the most collectibles inside the Little Bear garage. And for sure, the higher tag price over speed ratio. In the end, we selected the Pioneer driver, the one with a Starsky and Hutch kind of look and feel, blue shirt, blue jeans. And as we scrolled around the Slot Car Union site, we came across the Standing Lady too. I guess you'll decide whether she's his girlfriend or a Californian hitchhiker. Whatever. Okay, so now that we have someone behind the wheel, let me get into the technical adjustments, when not overhauls, that we had to go through to make this beast drivable. Original plastic wheels have been replaced by aluminum wheels. Taken from the spare parts box, they were originally from a Circuits Routier Matra rally car. Those wheels were, by the way, a good opportunity to eliminate the aft axle play. Tires are from BRM. We kept the motor and transmission as a conversion to slot.it specification would have meant replacing the entire chassis, most probably. The front tires had to be trimmed down a lot and drenched with super glue to bring enough clearance to the track. Guys from AUTOart will encourage you to revise basics of slot car racing. Or maybe you just believe inserting a motor and a guide inside a model is good enough. And now, as our Miura is running well on the test bench, we're looking forward to check out how those tunings are doing on the track. But before that, I'll let you with our expert from Little Bear Slots to know more about the real car. Stay tuned, and I'll see you back in another video.
Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'll let you know what needs to be about the Lamborghini Miura. It has been produced between 1966 and 1973. The car was the first automobile with a rear mid-engine two-seat layout, although the concept was first seen in a production road car with René Bonnet's Matra Jet, introduced in 1964. This layout has since become the standard for high-performance sports cars. When released, it was the fastest production road car. During 1965, Lamborghini's three top engineers, Giampaolo Dallara, Paolo Stanzani and Bob Wallace, put their own time into developing a prototype car known as the P400. The engineers envisioned a road car with racing pedigree, one which could win on the track and be driven on the road by enthusiasts. The three men worked on its design at night, hoping to convince company founder Ferruccio Lamborghini such a vehicle would neither be too expensive nor distract from the company's focus. When finally brought aboard, Lamborghini gave his engineers a free hand in the belief the P400 was a potentially valuable marketing tool, if nothing more. The car featured a transversely mounted mid-engine layout, a departure from previous Lamborghini cars. The V12 was also unusual in that it was effectively merged with the transmission and differential, reflecting a lack of space in the tightly wrapped design. The rolling chassis was displayed at the Turin Salon in 1965. Impressed showgoers placed orders for the car despite the lack of a body to go over the chassis. Bertone was placed in charge of styling the prototype, which was finished just days before its debut at the 1966 Geneva Motor Show. The earliest model of the Miura was known as the P400, for posterior 4 litri. The The engine was mounted transversely and produced 345 horsepower. Do you know? Eddie Van Halen can be heard revving the engine of his Miura on the Van Halen song Panama. I've digged inside the Little Bear Slots archives and found out a test review of the Lamborghini Miura, published in Sport Auto number 100 in May 1970. Let me read to you some extracts of Jose Rosinsky article. He wrote, "To celebrate the release of issue 100 of Sport Auto, I wanted to do a test never achieved in the press. Why hide it? I wanted to time at 300 kilometers per hour. It would have been possible, of course, at the wheel of a competition 3-liter prototype or 5-liter sport which reach and far exceed this speed. But we thought it would be more exciting to try to approach this course on a highway, driving a production car. In fact, we thus answered to the question of what maximum speed can reach the buyer of a sports car in 1970. At the end of March, the Milan to Naples highway is very crowded with tourists who are added to the number of lorries, forming movable chicanes when approaching them more than 250 kilometers per hour. Fortunately, the motorway which connects Bologna to Ferrara is much less frequented, and we were able to give ourselves up to our little experiments without frightening anyone. All the assets would have been there if a strong crosswind had not taken it into its head to blow this day. Its effect on the stability of the car was absolute, none up to 260 kilometers per hour. But beyond that, to preserve the eye at the crossing of the bridges which are numerous on this section became, I have to say, an exercise in style that requires a certain tact. Forward visibility is absolutely perfect and limited to rear. I love the layout and appearance of the dashboard. The keyboard keys fixed above the windshield reminds him of a cockpit of an airplane, but you have to be very familiar with the car to know the function of each of the tippers, and more. On the negative side, a gas pedal way too much, a gear lever with a travel that is too long and requiring really excessive effort. But above all, a high noise level. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you subscribe to the Little Bear Slots channels for upcoming reviews. And now, let's have a look on the AUTOart Miura, the Valley de Senarts track.
Roulier à combien?
Je ne sais pas.
La voiture est à vous? Papier, s'il vous plaît.
Traven, what are you gonna do?
Just hold her steady.
Hey, Traven!
No shit.